हाँ जी, नेक्स्ट जनरल प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ 16th group is elemental state. Elemental state, among the 16th group elements, oxygen exists as a diatomic molecule. Elemental means most stable form. Oxygen exists as a diatomic molecule, means like this. So this is the most stable form of oxygen. It occurs in the form of O2, in which this bond is sigma and this bond is pi. So because of the presence of pi bond between oxygen, it is weak in nature. It is weak in nature, and this is the reason that O2 exists as a gaseous molecule. This is very important question for your exam. Why O2 exists as a gas? Because of the presence of double bond between oxygen atoms. There is one pi bond which is very weak in nature. So because of the presence of this weak bond, it can be easily broken and its nature is gaseous. On the other hand, sulfur exists as a ring of 8 members. Most stable form of sulfur is 8-membered ring structure, which is also known as puckered ring. Like this. So this is the most stable form of sulfur. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So sulfur exists in the form of a ring which is formed of 8 sulfur atoms, and this ring structure is known as puckered ring structure. So this is all about the general characteristics of 16th group elements. Next important topic is about the oxidation states of 16th group elements. So what are the 16th group elements? Oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium and plutonium. First 4 members are known as chalcogens because they are ore forming in nature. So next topic is about the oxidation state of 16th group. So in the previous lecture we have discussed that their general electronic configuration of 16th group is equal to NS2 NP4. So as we see in this configuration, its p shell is deficient by 2 electrons. So all of them have natural tendency to attract the 2 electrons. So we can say first negative oxidation state. Negative oxidation state means all the members of the 16th group have a natural tendency to accept the 2 electrons. Because they are accepting 2 electrons means they will acquire negative charge. So they have a negative oxidation state which is equal to -2. So all the members of the 16th group have a natural tendency of existing in -2 oxidation state. For example, if we talk about water, so in this case oxygen has oxidation state -2. but besides -2 oxidation state, oxygen also have -1, 0, +1 and +2 oxidation states. So this is very important. Their common oxidation state is equal to -2 because all the members of 16th group are deficient by 2p electrons. Besides -2 oxidation state, oxygen also have -1, 0, +1 and +2 oxidation states. +1 and +2 oxidation states occurs in those compound of oxygen in which it is directly bonded to fluorine. So +1 and +2 oxidation states are possible only in case of compounds where oxygen is bonded with fluorine, because fluorine is more electronegative than oxygen. So +1 and +2 oxidation states are possible in case of compounds in which oxygen is bonded with fluorine. For example, it is O2F2 and OF2 respectively. O2F2 and OF2. देखो, in O2F2 fluorine has oxidation state -1, so oxygen will have oxidation state +1. Similarly, OF2, yeah, in this case also fluorine has oxidation state -1, but if we calculate the oxidation state of oxygen, it will be +2. So in both these compounds, oxygen occurs in the form of oxidation state which is positive in nature. Otherwise it will prefer to form -2 oxidation state compounds. Now -1 and 0. -1 oxidation state occurs in case of H2O2, means hydrogen peroxide. In hydrogen peroxide, oxygen occurs in the form of -1 oxidation state, and last is 0 in case of O2 and O3. Oxygen in the form of diatomic molecule and in the form of triatomic molecule, which is known as ozone. In both these compounds, oxygen has 0 oxidation state. So we can say normal oxidation state is -2. In H2O2, oxygen has oxidation state -1. In O2 and O3, it has oxidation state 0. In O2F2, it has oxidation state +1, and in case of OF2, it has oxidation state +2. This is very important for your 1 mark questions. Okay, this is all about the negative oxidation state. So the common negative oxidation state of 16th group members is -2. Next is positive oxidation state. Besides the +2 oxidation states, all other members of 16th group, all other members means except oxygen, for example sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium. So this oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium, this is your 16th group members. So second oxidation states are positive oxidation states. So oxygen occurs in only 2 positive oxidation states, which are +1 and +2. Except oxygen, all other members, sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium, they can also show +4 and +6 oxidation states. +2, +4 and plus 6 oxidation states. But these oxidation states are not possible in case of oxygen because of the absence of vacant d orbitals. As we know, oxygen has atomic number 8. Its configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. It has no d orbital, so its common oxidation state cannot exceed +2. But besides oxygen, all other members have vacant d orbitals, so they can show +2, +4 as well as +6 oxidation states. For example, in case of SO2 or SO3. In case of SO2, sulfur is present in the form of +4, and in case of SO3, it is present in the +6 oxidation state. So the sulfur has atomic number 16, so its configuration will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p4. So its valence shell is 3s2, 3p4. But it also has vacant d orbital. So this is 3s, 3p, 3d. So 3s2, 3p4. When it combines with two oxygens, so oxygen atomic number 8, so its configuration will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. So this is 2s2, 2p4, and for second oxygen it is also 2s2, 2p4. So for making bonds with two oxygen, it requires 1, 2, 3, 4 unpaired electrons, but it has only 2 unpaired electrons. So this electron will excite from this to this. So now it occurs in the form of +4 oxidation state. 1, 2, 3, 4. So first electron will form bond, second, third and fourth. So this is how the sulfur is joined with two oxygen and it shows +4 oxidation state. Similarly, if it wants to combine with 3 oxygen, it requires 6 unpaired electrons. So this electron will also excite and it will have 6 unpaired electrons. But this is not possible in case of oxygen because in oxygen it doesn't have any vacant d orbitals. So we have learned the oxidation states of 16th group are most common -2. In addition to -2, oxygen form -1, 0, +1 and +2 oxidation states. Next is positive oxidation states. Positive oxidation states except oxygen, all other members can also show +4 and +6 oxidation states because of the presence of vacant d orbitals in them. Now next topic is chemical properties of the 16th group. This is all about your general characteristics of the 16th group. So next is how the members of 16th group combines with different elements chemically. So our next topic is chemical properties of the 16th group. So first property will reactivity with hydrogen. How the members of 16th group react with hydrogen. If we assign a common notation E to all these members, then we can write all the members of 16th group combine with hydrogen to form their hydrides. So all the members combine with hydrogen to form their hydrides, which have general formula H2E. H2E, where E stands for any member of 16th group. So we can say oxygen combined with hydrogen to form H2O, sulfur combined to form H2S, similarly selenium H2Se, tellurium H2Te, and polonium H2PO. So all the members of the 16th group elements combine with hydrogen to form their hydrides having general formula H2E. So this is the important question: how will you prepare H2S in the lab? So if you remember, we prepare H2 gas in the lab for the detection of 2nd group, 4th group and 6th group radicals. So what we do in Gibbs apparatus, we put ferrous sulfide and then add sulfuric acid. So when sulfuric acid reacts with ferrous sulfide, we obtain a gas H2S, and secondly ferrous sulfate will be formed. So this gas is the hydride of sulfur. So all other members can also be prepared by the reaction of their metal compounds with the corresponding acids. So this reaction is important. How will you prepare H2S in the laboratory? So next is the structure of the hydrides of the 16th group. Structure of the hydrides. So in structure we have already done the structure of water in +1 class. So if we want to discuss the structure of water, because this is important for your exam. So oxygen has atomic number 8. So configuration again: 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. So valence shell 2s2, 2p4. This is 2s, this is 2p. 2s2, 2p4. 2 hydrogens. Hydrogen atomic number 1, hydrogen atomic number 1. So its configuration will be 1s1, 1s1. This is 1s1, this is 1s1. So for the formation of bonds with 2 hydrogens, oxygen should have 2 unpaired electrons, and it has already 2 unpaired electrons. So first hydrogen will form bond with oxygen, and similarly second hydrogen will form bond with oxygen. So we can say in case of water or in case of any hydride of 16th group, all of them have sp3 hybridization. Means in all the hydrides of the 16th group, the central atom undergoes sp3 hybridization. sp3 hybridization. But in this case, among these 4 hybrid orbitals, 2 are bond pairs and 2 are lone pairs. Means this is oxygen first it will form bond with one hydrogen and second it will form bond with second hydrogen, but other two orbitals are occupied by two lone pairs. So this is basically the structure of water, or we can say any other hydride of 16th group. In case of sulfur, we will write sulfur over here and two lone pair and two bond pairs. So all of them have sp3 hybridization, in which two are bond pairs and two are lone pairs. This structure has a special name. It is angular shape, or it is also called bent shape, and third it is also called V-shaped geometry. So all the hydrides of 16th group have angular shape, bent shape or V-shaped geometry. Now next important question is, as we move from oxygen towards polonium, in case of hydrides, this bond angle goes on decreasing. One thing I have left, because this is sp3 hybridization, and in case of sp3 hybridization, normal bond angle should be 109 degree 5 minutes. But in case of water, there are two lone pairs. Because of the presence of these two lone pairs, it repels these two bond pairs. These two bond pairs repel bond pairs. So if it repels bond pair, this angle, it should be like this, but because of the repulsion it is decreased. So in case of water, the angle is not 109 degree 5 minutes, it is reduced from 109 degree to 104 degree. So the decrease in bond angle is due to the presence of these two lone pairs. So our next question is, how the bond angle decreases from oxygen towards polonium. Means in case of this hydride, it has bond angle 92.1 degree. So in case of water it is 104 degree, but in case of sulfur it is 92.1 degree. So what is the reason? As we move down the group, the size of atom goes on increasing. Okay, atomic radius goes on increasing as we move down the group. So sulfur is larger in size as compared to oxygen. If it is larger, its electronegativity is less. This we have done in previous lecture. As the size of atoms goes on increasing, electronegativity goes on decreasing. So because of the increase in the size of sulfur, this bond pair shifts away from the sulfur. This bond pair moves away from the central metal atom and repel. Means this bond pair, if it is nearer to oxygen, they will move away. Away means this will move away from the sulfur. If it moves away from the sulfur, means they come nearer to each other. So if they are nearer to each other, means their bond angle will decrease. So this is the reason why the bond angle in case of hydrides of 16th group goes on decreasing. So basic reason is why the bond angle decreases? Because of the increase in the size of central metal atom. As the size of central metal atom goes on increasing, bond pair shifts away from the central metal atom, and if it shifts away, it will come nearer to each other and bond angle will decrease. Next is features of the hydrides of the 16th group. So all these hydrides, which hydrides? H2O, H2S, H2SE, H2TE and H2PO. All these hydrides are volatile in nature. Volatile. So this word we have discussed in solution chapter. What do you mean by volatile solution? Any solution which can be evaporated, means which can be changed into vapors. So all the hydrides of 16th group are volatile in nature. All of them are volatile. Volatile in nature. But there is a trend. If we move from water to H2S, from water to H2S, H2S means hydrogen sulfide, volatility increases. But when we move H2S to H2SE to H2TE and H2PO, volatility decreases. So there are two cases. From water to hydrogen sulfide, volatility increases, and afterwards sulfur to selenium, selenium to tellurium, tellurium to polonium, its volatility decreases. So what is the reason? So one important thing is volatility is inversely proportional to boiling point. This we have discussed in solution chapter. Volatility depends upon the boiling point and it is inversely related to the boiling point. So water is least volatile among the 16th group. Water is least volatile. Least means minimum. Water is least volatile. If it is least volatile, means it will be evaporated with difficulty, means it will have maximum boiling point, and all of us know that water has boiling point is equal to 100 degrees Celsius, or you can say 373 Kelvin. So why water is least volatile? Because in case of water, there is a presence of hydrogen bonding. Because of the presence of this hydrogen bonding, it is stronger in nature, and if these bonds are strong, then we have to heat the water to a higher temperature so that it can be evaporated. So what is the basic reason behind its least volatility? Because of the presence of hydrogen bonding. Because of the presence of hydrogen bonding, these bonds are stronger. That's why it has maximum boiling point. If it's maximum boiling point, then it will be least volatile in nature. Now, when we least volatile, or you can say water is liquid in nature. Next important question, why water is liquid but H2S is gaseous in nature? Why H2S is gaseous? Because in case of sulfur, these bonds, actually exact structure is again like this, which we have discussed. In case of water also it has two lone pairs, but now these two bonds are not hydrogen bonding. So these bonds are weaker, and if these bonds are weaker, they can be easily evaporated, and it occurs in the form of a gaseous molecule. So if it can be easily evaporated, so its boiling point will be less. So we can also say that water has maximum boiling point or least volatility. On the other hand, H2S has lesser boiling point and more volatility. So next question is, why after the sulfur volatility goes on decreasing? Now as we move from sulfur to selenium, selenium to tellurium, and tellurium to polonium, means like this: sulfur to selenium, selenium to tellurium, and polonium. These bonds are stronger than these bonds. As we move down the group, these bonds are becoming stronger. So if these are stronger, they can be volatile but with some difficulty. So you have to learn among all these hydrides, water is least volatile, H2S is maximum volatile, and then their volatility goes on decreasing. ठीक है, because of the increase in their intermolecular forces. Next feature of hydrides of 16th group is their acidic character. So all the hydrides of 16th group are acidic in nature. So in +1 we have also discussed that acidic character depends upon the availability to lose H positive. So if we write like H2E, where E again stands for any member of the 16th group, then it will lose one H positive and it will acquire one negative charge. In the next step, it will lose again second H positive and it will acquire two negative charges. So because of the release of these two H positive, all the hydrides of 16th group are acidic in nature. So all hydrides are acidic in nature because they can release their H positive. But all of them are weak acids. Weak acids means they cannot lose their H positive easily. Okay. Third, as we move down the group, as we move down the group, the acidic character goes on increasing, means H2S is more acidic than H2O, it will be more, or we can write like this: acidic character H2O is less acidic than H2S, it is less acidic than H2SE, less acidic than H2TE, and less acidic than H2PO. See, down the group acidic character goes on increasing. Why? Because as we move down the group, the size of atom goes on increasing. So if the size of atom goes on increasing from oxygen to sulfur to selenium to tellurium and polonium, the force will become weak, and if the force become weak, it can release H positive easily and it will become more acidic in nature. Next feature of the hydrides is thermal stability. Next is thermal stability. Thermal stability means if we heat the hydrides. So down the group, thermal stability goes on decreasing. down the group, thermal stability goes on decreasing. Why it decreases? Again same concept, as we move down the group, size is becoming larger and larger, and if the size is becoming larger, the force of attraction will be weaker, means if we heat them, they can be easily broken. So if upon heating they are easily broken, means their thermal stability goes on decreasing. So last feature of the hydrides of 16th group is reducing character. So reducing character means they act as good reducing agents. So last feature of the hydrides is reducing character. So as we move down the group, the reducing character of 16th group goes on increasing. As we move down the group, the reducing increasing. So why the reducing character goes on increasing? So this is any hydride of oxygen family. So if it gives H positive to any other element, then it will be reducing in nature, because in +1 we have learned that reduction is addition of hydrogen, means if the hydride of 16th group releases is H positive, this H positive can reduce some another element. So that's why these are reducing agent. And now we have discussed that as we move down the group, the tendency to release H positive goes on increasing. So if the tendency to release H positive goes on increasing, means their reducing character also goes on increasing. So we can easily say that as we move down the group, the reducing character goes on increasing. So in the last, we will sum up the features of hydrides of 16th group. Important question of the hydrides of the 16th group is, first is, water is a liquid but H2S is a gas. First important question. Because in case of water there exists hydrogen bonding which is more stronger, so it will exist in the form of a liquid, but in case of H2S there is no hydrogen bonding, so the bonding will be weaker and it will exist in the form of a gaseous molecule. Second, we have discussed about their acidic character. So down the group, the acidic character goes on increasing. Third, we have discussed volatility. Water is least volatile, but hydrogen sulfide is maximum volatile. Next, we have discussed thermal stability. Down the group, the thermal stability goes on decreasing. And last, we have discussed about reducing character. Down the group, the reducing character goes on increasing. So this is all about the reaction of 16th group with hydrogen. So next property is the reaction with oxygen, which we will discuss in the next lecture.